my cat, everybody. What's up, everyone? It's your girl Shay here, and welcome back to my channel if you are new, and welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. And as you can see by the title of today's video, I'm going to be talking about season 2 of The Promised Neverland, but mostly talking about the issues that a lot of fans of this series are having with this second season. Now, I'll be honest, I have watched the complete first season of The Promised Neverland. I absolutely love the show. I have not read the manga though, although I have been promising to check it out kind of for a while now, and I probably will at some point, especially after hearing this news. And as far as season 2 is concerned, I've seen the very first episode and I did a video about my first impressions of it, but I haven't watched the other episodes so far that have came out, mostly due to me being a binge watcher, so me trying to keep up with the series is kind of difficult. But anyway, once I heard this news about the second season of The Promised Neverland, I honestly don't even know if I'm actually going to go back and start watching it again, and I might just pick up the manga regardless. And yes, I do know that this news came out a while ago, so I don't know where my mind has been at and why I haven't talked about it until now. But anyway, what most of you guys probably know by now about the second season of The Promised Neverland is that it is not following the manga. It was pretty much announced that it's going to deviate from the manga entirely, and it's just going to kind of go its own path. And for those of us as anime fans, we've seen this happen before with series. I mean, a lot of series have came out with whole arcs that aren't based off of the manga, or have came out with like filler episodes or filler arcs, as many of us know of them. But mostly this has been due to reasons outside the company's control, and usually they're done due to the fact that the manga doesn't have any more material for the studios to work with, so they have to kind of make things up or make a side story or something like that. But it's rare that I've ever heard, or I don't think I've ever heard of any series just completely deviating from the manga, even though there is still some material to work with. So here are a few of the things, or one of the things that I actually ended up doing some research on and seeing what was actually like left out. One of them was that a whole arc was skipped. And this arc, as far as what I read, was kind of one of the more action-packed arcs of the entire series. So to me, to leave it out is kind of ridiculous, and it makes me wonder like what they're actually doing and like why to skip an entire arc. Maybe they thought the arc was just not going to make any sense, or maybe they just thought the arc was going to take way too much time. I mean, who knows, but they skipped an entire arc. The second one they have is the return of certain characters, and the return of certain characters, like, honestly isn't a big deal. It's mostly just the fact that from what I read, they returned way too early. So there are two characters, which I'm not going to spoil who these characters are, but it seems like these two characters do return, but in the manga, the length of them returning is a really long time, like 40 chapters. Whereas in the anime, it seems like it happened in like an episode that these characters were gone and then returned, or there was just a shorter amount of time. So for a lot of people, it's kind of like why it kind of like made where there wasn't no emotion towards these characters returning, because it was kind of just like an kind of a thing, and not like a surprise or you like gearing up for this moment. So people say it really took away the emotional aspect. Now, once again, this is from the research that I was able to pick up as far as what was actually removed and what kind of happened due to this removal. The next thing is weird time skips, and it's not really that the time skips were weird, it's just that there was no explanation for them and there was no way of knowing this time passing. So one of them says that there's a time passage of a year, but it's literally between one episode that there's this weird time skip, and they don't really talk about it. And it's kind of strange. Like, I don't mind time skips, but something like that that's that detrimental and with characters such as these need to be explained. Also, episode 5 was a complete recap, and I'm sorry, I don't like recap episodes. I don't know about everybody else. I usually skip them in anime, so the fact that they decide to waste an entire episode on just it being a recap is ridiculous to me. And also, it's only 11 episodes, so why would you waste an episode with a recap if it's only 11 episodes? But also, like, maybe that's why they decided to kind of skip whole arcs, is because it's only 11 episodes and it's a really, really short season. Granted, season 1 wasn't exactly long either. I think season 1 was like 12 episodes maybe, but still, with 11 episodes, like, why? And there's also this whole rumor that season 2 might be the last season of The Promised Neverland, which is why they've decided to make a lot of these decisions as far as like why they left out whole arcs, why characters were reintroduced or returned super early. Like that could be why, but it still doesn't make any sense, and I don't particularly agree with any of these like changes that they decided to do. Also, from what I've read, it seems that it's affected both people who have just followed the anime and people who have both read the manga and have watched the anime as well, because a lot of these changes have made things very, very confusing. And I feel like that kind of sucks for a series that actually did really well with its first season, and that a lot of people was highly anticipated for it to come out with a second season. So this kind of sucks they chose to take this route and go this particular direction, because I feel like it could have been done just a whole lot better. Now, I did put on my Twitter that when I found out about this, I actually wasn't even for sure if I was going to continue watching the second season due to these changes, because there's no point. I'd rather just read the manga. And it seems like a lot of people kind of agreed with me as far as them not liking the changes. But also I have put out there, like I said, that I've never heard of a series doing this. Most series decide to make changes due to the fact that there is no material, with usually hit or miss when it comes to this. Also, I apologize. That is my cat. She has the zoomies all of a sudden, so she's deciding to run in and out of my blinds, but I digress. So the only series that I know that actually did this particularly well was Fullmetal Alchemist, and a lot of people kind of agreed with this. Fullmetal Alchemist had a great first season, and to find out that it didn't follow the manga after a certain point was kind of amazing, because it still turned out to be such a great series. And I honestly like both series in their own way, both Fullmetal Alchemist and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. And for most people have said that when a series has deviated from the manga, it's usually not with the best turnout, or not with the best results. Somebody also brought up Rosario Vampire and how the anime just made it seem like such an ecchi show, but the actual manga is amazing and so good and has done fairly well. So yeah, I don't agree with them changing things for The Promised Neverland season 2. I feel like they should have still just stuck with the manga, but I guess maybe they don't want to do a third season, and maybe this could be because it did take such a long time between the first and second season. But if that's the case, then Attack on Titan shouldn't have had more seasons either, because it was such a ridiculously long time between the first and second season. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with this? Has hearing this news about The Promised Neverland season 2 made you not want to finish the second season, or has made you just not want to watch it in general and just read the manga? I know for me, as of right now, I'm on the fence. I'm kind of in a weird way of where I kind of want to watch the second season just to see how I'm able to follow it, and just to get my own gist of whether or not the changes that they decide to make should have been made, or if they just should have followed the manga. But I'm also kind of like, what's the point? Because it just makes me not want to watch it in general. It makes me just want to read the manga. So yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts about this. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Feel free to voice your opinions. Let me know if you guys agree with me or disagree, or however you guys feel about it. But yeah, that's kind of what I have for you guys. I wanted to talk about this for a while, so I'm sorry for not getting to this earlier. But I don't know, like I said, where my mind has been over the past 2 weeks that I feel like this news has been out. So I have links below all my social media accounts. I have an Instagram, a Twitter, and a blog, so please check me out there. If you haven't already, feel free to follow as well. And of course, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. And if you want to share it with other people, feel free to share it out to your friends or your family. And however, if you have someone that would be interested in knowing more about this topic, definitely feel free to share it out there. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already, because if you're on my channel and you've watched multiple videos, you might as well just subscribe. I come out with videos twice a week on actually on Wednesdays and also on Saturdays. Those are the 2 times I come out with videos. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I always tell you guys, stay positive, stay nerdy in today's day and age, stay healthy, and of course, please stay safe. All right, you guys, bye.